Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. All right, women, girls, right? You have to love your man, like Jim Morris said. You have to love your man, because if you don't, he's gonna find love elsewhere, and that's gonna lead to a lot of problems in your relationship if you don't love a man, right? You have to reciprocate to a man. All right. I'm not saying you have to submit entirely, but you have to show some kind of affection as well. All right. One, you can't just switch up on a man as soon as you lock a relationship in. You have to love a man. All right. If you don't, it can lead to all these problems. It's gonna lead to infidelity. If you're not gonna love a man, right, he's gonna find love elsewhere, and that's gonna lead to all these resentment, all these bad vibrations in your relationship. All right. Love is a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. You just can't expect him just to love you and you don't really love her back. All right? And you don't know what love is. All right? You have to learn love. A man could provide you love. A man could teach you how to love. Right? Women, they don't know how to love naturally, how to reciprocate love, understand what love really is. They think love is just fornication. That's not just love. Love is a supportive things. You have to support your man as well. You have to be respectful to your man, not talk down on a man. Because if a man don't talk down on you, why are you talking down to a man? If a man don't yell at you or disrespect you, why are you disrespecting man? Right? I'm not saying all relationships is like this, right? But there's a lot of relationship that could be resolved if they all know how to love each other, know how to reciprocate back with the proper response, right? You have to love your man. Love is not a one-way street, right? And you can learn a lot of things from a man. They could teach you a lot of stuff. Statistically, men are the most romantic people in a relationship. They're a hopeless romantic. They're such a hopeless romantic. It kills them inside, and they don't understand that their romanticism, right, are not. What I'm trying to look for are not in conjunction with reality sometimes, right? They think women this, that, and third, and some men out there, they've been lied to for so many times that this is not how a relationship is. Alright? Women, sometimes, they can love you one day, and they can hate you the next day. Alright? Because women are emotional creatures. Right? Their emotions swing one way one day, their emotions swing another way the next day. Alright? And most men can't comprehend that. And they think that their women are flawless, not realizing what they're getting themselves into, not understanding how women works. Alright? And men have to teach your woman how to love. Right? If she don't know how to do that. But why would you want to get with a person if they don't know how to love in the first place? Alright? That's showing you that you're only with a person just for lust. There's a difference between love and lust. Right? You don't want to be lustful. Because lustful is a curtain, is a veil. Right? Being lustful is just only there for sex. Sex and love is totally different things. Right? Sex and love is totally different things. Sex, right, is just a physical attraction leading to fornications. That's it. Love is sacrificing, and you have to sacrifice for the other person. Sacrificing and understanding them, take the time, compromising, that's what love is. Alright? And put up through all these thick and thins. Alright? So you need to understand what's the difference between love and lust. Alright? For the most of these relationships out there, it's only lust. It's a lustful relationship. That's why when you build your relationship on lust, most likely it does not work out. The person will reveal themselves as a person that you do not want. And that's going to lead to a lot of mental issues, emotional problems, resentment, infidelity, and cheating, right? But that's another story. That's another subject, right? I'm talking about women. You have to love your man, right? I know some women out there they wasn't brought up teaching them how to love, right? A lot of women out there they were raised by single mothers, and what happened when the single mothers they bring a different man over and over and over. So throughout her whole life, she's seen all these men coming in and out of her household because her mom keep bringing these men in and out, and she get this misconception that, oh, this is probably what love is, right? All these men in her life. Now they're conflating with that. Just because you in a relationship with a lot of men, that's not the definition of love. All right? That's just being a three or fours. All right? Most of these single mothers out there are teaching the wrong impression of what love is. Right? This is why all these single mothers are in a lot of relationships. They went through so many men. All right? Because they went through so many men, they don't have the time. They don't understand what love really is. They can't love to one man. And look at this. If you have so many men in your life, how can you love? Right? You cannot love multiple men at the same time. You cannot love one man to love another man to love another man to love another man. That's not love is. Love doesn't change. Alright? Either you love the man or you don't. That's it. Are you willing to put up with him? Are you willing to compromise? Are you willing to sacrifice through thick and thin? Alright? That's what love is. Are you willing to understand him? Are you willing to stay with him no matter if his flaws? Right? His imperfections? Right? If you're not really, if they're not showing that they're willing to stick with one man in their life, they don't know what love is. They're not willing to sacrifice. They're not willing to put all the time and effort. They're not willing to compromise. All right? That's what love is. All right? A man who are more willing to compromise with a woman are willing to make a relationship work, right? Than get a divorce. Right? This is why men are able to know what love really is. I mean, some men, I'm not saying all of them do. Right? There are out there. Right? But the majority of the time, men are willing to compromise, are willing to sacrifice themselves for a woman. Right? Can women say the same way? Are women willing to sacrifice themselves for a man? Are willing to put up with all these thick and thin for a man, no matter what, no matter how thick and thin, low and high points, right? Are they willing to do that? Guys are willing to do that. To the lowest point, to the highest point, men are willing to do that. Right? That the way society is going right now, people like to overuse the word love, right? They love to use the word love so much to the point where they don't even know what love really is. Right? People like to use that word and use it out recklessly. All right, you see in commercials, on TV, on billboard, love is like. Do you even know what that means? All right. There's a point where love becomes excessive. Excessive, obsessive, right? Now that's when you're controlling. When you become obsessive, that's becoming controlling. That's not love. Now you want to control the person. Right? And there's a lot of relationships where women think controlling, obsessive is love. That's not love. And that leads to a lot of strife in a relationship. Right? They try to control a person. When you try to control a man, that means you try to change a man. And men are not willing to change. You have to accept a man for who he is. That's what I'm saying, that you have to make sacrifice and compromise, no matter who he is. If he's a bad person, if he has his flaws, and not try to change him, you still have to love him, right? But there's a lot of relationships where women is trying to change men, and that's lead to a lot of infidelity, lead to a lot of cheating, a lot of strife in the relationships, because they don't know what love is. They need to go back to understand what love really is. All right, they're redefining the definition of love right now. All right, love does not change. All right. It's come to a point when you're being obsessive, right? Sometimes you have to let go. If you love him, you have to let it go, right? But girls, notice, if you don't love a man, right? If you don't understand the definition of love, first of all, in order to love a man, you have to understand the definition of love. If you do not understand the definition of love, you cannot love a man. And when you cannot love a man, it's going to lead to a strife in your relationship. That's what it is. Right? So before you can love a man, try to understand what is a true definition of love. What is the real meaning of love, right? Not your fairy tale definition of love, not conflate love with lust, not conflate love with controlling, not conflate love with obsessive, right? Know what the true meaning of love, right? Compromising. Are you willing to accept that person? Are you willing to work with that person? Are you willing to be with that person through thick and thin, right? Ask yourself that question. If you can't deliver these kind of things, you cannot love a person for who they are, right? There are beautiful people who's in love with ugly people, right? because they know what love is. There are ugly people who are in love with ugly people, and they're with each other. They know what love is. They compromise. They compromise, and they're willing to work with each other, right? But some of these people relationships out there, they don't know what love is. It's just a figment of their imagination. They think they know, but they don't, right? So if you don't want to be one of these casualties in a failed relationship, you have to understand what love is, and you have to love your man. You have to love each other. You have to reciprocate each other, right? It's not one way street. It's a two-way street, right? But if I'm missing something, leave a comment below. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Peace and blessings.